Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the regular board meeting to the Eagle Pass ISD. Today is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021, and we call this meeting to order. Mr. Mijares, will you please lead us on the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. And we will have roll call. We have present Ms. Hilda P. Martinez, Vice President. I don't believe Dr. Hector Alvarez is here yet. We have trustee Ms. Glenna Purcell. Ms. Lupita Fuentes won't be here, so she's absent. Mr. Christopher Hiller, trustee present. Mr. Victor Perry will not be here today. Dr. Hector Alvarez, secretary, has just walked in, so he's present. Mr. Samuel Mijares, superintendent of school, present. Mr. Richard Strieber, attorney, present, and myself, Jorge Barrera, present. Now we will move to public hearings of the Eagle Pass Independent School District 2019-2020 Texas Academic Performance Report, and it is open at 5:16.
We don't have anybody signed up for the hearing. We do have two people signed up for the citizen communication.
Okay.
However, they have not logged on.
Not a problem. So we will, at this time, if there's no one signed up for the public hearing, we will close it. And we're closing it at 5:16. Now we will be moving to citizens communications. We do believe we have two signed up, but they haven't logged on, so we'll move on. And if they do sign up or log on, we'll go back to that, if everyone's okay with it. We will go to recognitions. Number one, recognition of Sam Houston Elementary for being selected as the most clean and maintained campus for the month of January 2021.
Yes, we have Sam Houston that was recognized for the most clean. Any questions? We have Mr. Rolando Salinas here.
How clean was it, Mr. Salinas?
65 out of 65.
Good? Very good. All right, appreciate it. Any other questions? Number two, recognition of Eagle Pass ISD school counselors in accordance with National School Counseling Week. Mr. Mijares?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. We have Daniela here with some information on that.
Good evening, Mr. President, Superintendent Mijares, and distinguished members of the board. I'm here with you tonight to say a few words about National School Counseling Week. National School Counseling Week focuses public attention on the unique contribution of school counselors within our U.S. school systems and how our students are different as a result of what school counselors do. National School Counseling Week highlights the tremendous impact school counselors can have in helping students achieve school success and plan for a career. February 1st through 5th, EPISD joins schools across the nation in saluting our tremendous counselors for all that they do. Day in and day out, our school counselors' commitment to the staff, students, and parents is greatly appreciated and needed for the school to continue working harmoniously. Our counselors are a vital part of the educational process for all students as they meet the challenges of the 21st century. And today's society, where the classroom atmosphere and climate continue to change, we are thankful that our counselors' dedication to aiding our students has not. For all these reasons and more, EPISD applauds our amazing staff of counselors and thanks them for always being all in for all students.
Yes, I mean, we usually have a lunch for our counselors, but
Pícale. There you go.
okay, we usually have a lunch for our counselors, so due to the pandemic, we weren't able to have that ceremony and that lunch, but I will ask Ms. Serna that if we ever have any if safety improves or the pandemic improves, maybe we can do it before we break for summer. But congratulations to all the counselors. A big thank you from our board and our administration. They're doing an amazing job, and it's difficult times. And right now, everybody needs a little bit of counseling. So thank you for all the hard work that you do every day. Okay, thank you.
Please thank them and congratulate all the counselors on behalf of the board. Comments? If not, we will move to district reports and presentations. Number 1, presentation of Eagle Pass Independent School District 2019-2020 Texas Academic Performance Report.
Yes, Mr. President, this is our TAPR report that we do annually, and we have Rene Martinez, our Director for School Improvement, to do a very short presentation.
Good afternoon, Mr. Barrera, Mr. President, Superintendent Mijares. And today what we have here is the annual report. You do have a binder that has all the elements of the report. Before I get started with the presentation, there is a tab titled EPISD TAPR. That one right there, which is like this right here, is the official document from TA. So that one is there. This is where all the information comes from. And the annual report includes the TAPR plus other items that we report. So let me go ahead and get started here. So the first item that we have there in the first page is the components of the annual report, which is the district accreditation, the TAPR, the PIMS financial standard reports, campus performance objectives, report of violent or criminal incidents, the Texas Education Coordinating Board report on higher education, and we are required to post this report on our website, and we are required, of course, to do the public hearing, which it was closed and open and closed at the outset of the meeting. So the first thing that I need to look at is the second page of the PowerPoint that is coming up on the screen, and that you have as well in the binder. Okay. And I'll control it from here. I got it. Thank you. And it shut down. Okay, so the first thing is the first rating was A superior. That report has already been brought to the board by Mr. Ismael Mijares. On the accountability for academics, we were not rated, so we are not rated, declared state of disaster. As part of the TAPR, we also have a special education determination status, which is needs assistance, and that we already submitted a plan to address that need. Okay, let's see if it behaves this time. Okay, so those are the items that we're looking at, and then the one at the bottom, the accreditation status is accredited, even though there's no testing information. We were directed by TEA to use the same status as the previous year, so we are accredited. Okay. Accountability ratings, again, not rated, declared state of disaster. There was no testing in the spring of 2020. Continuing on, for the same reason, we do not have campus distinction designations. And they did publish, which is on the screen, and you have there in your binder, they did publish the 18-19, the comparison for 2018 and 2019, which is the same data that I presented last year. And just to recap a little bit on it, you see an increase as far as attendancy in the grade levels across the district when it comes to performance on assessment. And of course, that was a 2018 and the 2019 data. We don't have it for 2020. This one right here that you're looking at here is the approaches grade level. If we had an examination for 2020, this would have given us the rating. Of course, we don't have it, so we're not rated. If at any time you have any questions, please let me know. Next page, we have the meets grade level with the same school years. Again, if we would have had it for 2020, this would have given us the federal accountability requirements. This right here would be part of the RDA monitoring system that we still have in place. Moving on to the next page. Then we have the master's grade level. And that one right there, if we would have had it, that would have given us the distinctions to the campuses who had performed at a certain degree at the master's grade level. Again, we don't have it for 2020. Any questions on that information? Then we move on to attendance. There's attendance comparison, and this is up to the year 2019. The year 2020 is not included there, so it's lagging. This is lagging data, and you can see the tendencies across. The district average is at 94.1, and I believe that when we come back next year, you will see an increase for the attendance rate for the year 2020. So when we get together again to see this report, you'll see that improvement. Now, one of the brightest spots is our graduation rate. So the district attained in 2019, and there are growths in every area but one. So the overall four-year graduation rate without exclusions, this is every student, even those who came in April or May of their senior year, they're still counted here. It was 95.2. So we have improvements except in one area, and this deals with 6 students, actually. That's the group of students that we're looking at. From the 95.2, which is an increase of 3.4 from last year, we do have one particular group right there that has a negative change. And we're talking about 6 particular students. And you see all the other ethnic groups on that page. Any questions on that? Now, I'm going to come back to the 95.2 in a minute, the graduation rate, because of the following page. The following page, we have the student information from the ECODIS, which is 79.2, the non-educational disadvantage, 20.8. But one of them that also stands out is the last one at the bottom, at risk, 61.6. So when our population starts school back in kinder, there's almost a 62% at-risk probability of dropping out. That's what at-risk stands for, at risk of dropping out. And if we compare that to the actual graduation rate 12 years later, or at the end of their career, it goes to under 5%. So that's a drastic improvement in growth when it comes to academics of our students. And that's a testament to the excellent work of our teachers and everyone who is involved in the education process of our kids. So I think that congratulations are in order to our high schools and to the entire staff of EPISD, because 95.2 graduation rate, when you start with almost a 62% at-risk number, I think that's commendable. Then you have student enrollment by program, bilingual ESL 37.5, CTE 47.6, GT 6.4, special ed 10.8. Any questions on those numbers? Then we move If not, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. We'll now move to presentation of 2020-2021 district and campus improvement plans.
Yes, our campus improvement plans, we went into a new platform. So we have Norma here just to guide the board on how to log into the new platform.
Hi, everybody. So I'm happy to say that we have transitioned from our old district improvement plan into our new one. We went from 178 pages to 43. So it's much user-friendly, and everybody seems to have become very comfortable with it now. It took a little bit of time, but we're there. I wanted to share with you only that we do have our 4 goals, and that is exactly what this plan does. It focuses on those 4 goals. If you go to Plan for Learning, which is our new platform, I've given you a memo. It's at the front of the copy of your improvement plan. And so you have a username and a password, and you'll go into the platform. All the campuses will be listed, and you have to scroll down to get to the district improvement plan. And all you do is click on the little square next to it, and it'll take you into the plan. It is very different because this is a plan that provides us to look at our plan and do formative assessments. So we'll do 3 formative assessments and a summative at the end. And that gives us an opportunity to look and see if there are any possible derailments and address them as we go throughout the school year instead of waiting for the end of the year and doing only a summative. So at this point, we've done 2 formative assessments, and we're on track. So if you all have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
The reports, as you see them, continue to look good for the school district. The 3 reports that you see there, and also the one from the delinquent taxes. We have made some changes financially due to the pandemic. As we know, we had to make some changes. I think that by the managerial changes that we've been able to do for the first 5 months, we need still 7 more months to go. And I think we're gonna be able to do even a little bit better than what I presented to you during the budget. So financially speaking, even though it's been difficult for many districts, I think we're gonna be in a good situation. When I say in a good situation, this is what I mean. We're at least gonna have a balanced budget, which means whatever comes in is what you're gonna spend. You're not gonna be in a deficit spending year this year. We're also looking at, once the year is over, we have to be working very closely to TA, just so all of you will know what we're doing in the background. We have to work very close with TA because they made a commitment that the first semester, which is 90 days out of the 180 days, they're gonna hold us at what we're not gonna be losing any money because of ADA. There are some components there also on the other programs, the FTEs, which are very important. They do generate a lot of money, and those are the things that we're gonna be looking at, but the first semester, we're gonna be covered. In essence, they're gonna hold us whole. We're not gonna lose any money because of ADA. Then we go into the second semester, and the second semester of the fiscal year, the figures that I gave the board were pretty, I know when I presented, there were some questions on why was state funding going from one point to the other and everything. It's a good thing we did it that way because we were realistic we're very realistic to how the financial operations for school districts look at this point. So, because we did what we did during the budget, we should not have a budget shortfall. I just don't anticipate that. And we are very well with all the tax collections. We keep a very close tab on the collections for our taxes. We haven't closed down at all. We've made some changes there, and if you look at the reports, they are very favorable. We're at a very good point in time. A big taxpayer did pay. I got together with a big taxpayer that they wanted for me to work with them. Of course, I worked with them, and they were able to pay our taxes. I think it was close to $500,000 that they were able to come and pay right before the deadline of February the 1st on the delinquent taxes. Utilities look good too. If you look at utilities, we're doing very well with the utilities. I think what's paid off in the utilities is the contract you all did on the retrofitting on what we did last year. I think it's showing in our utilities, and we're doing well in all of our utilities. You can see that the expenditures are pretty much, we're doing much better than last year. So everything looks good. Vacancies, just so the board will know, we're working with all the positions throughout the district, and we're making sure that we only staff what we need at this point, that we're in remote learning, and that we're very careful with our payroll. We're being very, very extremely careful with our payroll. That's about 83% of our budget. So I concentrate on the things that make a big impact in our budget, and that's something Mr. Costilla and I have been working very closely with the superintendent and making sure that we're on top of that, and that next year or the following year when things come back to normal, then we'll go back to normal. But believe me, what we're doing is what we need to do so that the district can stay financially stable and be able to continue operating. But everything looks good so far.
Mr. Mijares, on the electrical contract that we
Yes.
did, has that all been installed? Are we done with that?
Almost all of it. I think it's very minimal. Yeah, that's on your expenditure report. It's Fund 617. I think we only carried like 400,000 forward out of the 6 or 7 million that we did, and they're just finishing up. Yes.
They're done with all the electrical, they're coming back and looking a little bit at the HVAC, and most of the plumbing is done as well. So, right now what they're doing is training our staff.
Good.
On the retrofit, and also, looking at the warranties, moving forward a year from when the inception of the job was finished.
Mhm.
For parts and things like that, so.
The warranty part.
We're rushing the fine-tuning the back end of all the process.
And then we'll find out how much is because of the retrofitting and how much is it because we don't have a lot of kids in school. We'll probably get to know exactly what it is when we're back to normal operations. But so far, we're saving about 6 or 7% of the utilities that we normally spend. We're saving it, which is about 250, 300,000. It is material because, it's something that helps us. So that's what we're looking at.
$250
$1,000. No, for the year. For the year, yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It can be that, or it can be a little bit more.
Yep.
Yes, that's what I'm looking at. That's the way it looks everywhere, in every line item. The objective is whatever we don't spend, the school district's gonna keep it. Because we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if next year we have the same situation, and we don't know if TA is gonna cover us for the six months, or the 90 days, or the semester.
Correct.
So we don't know what TA is gonna do next year. So right now, we're just playing it very safe with everything we do. Okay?
Perfect.
Thank you.
Questions? If not, we will move to action items. Consider and take appropriate action on the request to approve the intergovernmental agreement between Maverick County and the Eagle Pass Independent School District. Mr. Mijares?
Yes, this agreement. All right. It doesn't help me that I don't see colors well, okay, but this agreement hasn't been done since 2009. So I had a call from one of the commissioners, and the commissioners have been working very well, the campuses like Radar, High School, and so forth. that they wanted to borrow some equipment so they can work on the cemetery, on the veteran cemetery. So I couldn't work out something with them because we don't have an interlocal agreement. So I reached out to the county. Richard already reviewed the contract. We had Ismael and the other Mr. Mijares review it too to make sure that it's something that's feasible for the district and that both entities benefit from. We are approving this contract with the contingency that the county also approves it.
Correct.
Yes. Yes, and there is a little mistake there, but we will correct that.
Questions? No. If no questions, all in favor? I mean, a motion. Do we have a motion? It's been a while.
So move.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Purcell. If no more questions, all in favor? Motion passes. Now we will move to consent items. We'll take 1, 2, and 3 together. Any questions? If not, do we have a motion?
So move.
A motion. Trustee Hiller, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Vice President Ms. Martinez. No other questions? All in favor? Unanimous. Motion passes. At this time, the Board of Trustees of the Eagle Pass Independent School District will convene in closed session as authorized by the Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, to deliberate upon the following matters. The board will hear the Level 3 grievance appeal of Juan J. Torres. Do I have a motion to convene in the closed session? We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor? Motion passes. The time is 5:44 and the date is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021, and the Board of Trustees is now in closed session. No action will be taken in closed session. Thank you. Time is 6:29 and the date is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. And the Board of Trustees of the Eagle Pass Independent School District is now in open session. Before moving to item number 10, we do have one of the citizens' communications. Ms. Villegas, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Ms. Villegas. I'm a kindergarten teacher at RDLA. First of all, I want to thank the speaker for allowing me to join the board to send me the link, and Mr. Camarillo for sending me the Google Meet link. It's the first time I joined the board meeting, and basically, I just wanted to ask the school board if you can consider kindergarten teachers to receive a stipend. I know that the rest of the grade levels receive a stipend at the end of the school year, and for some reason, kindergarten teachers have been left out. And we also do the same work. Like for example, this school year, we continue being the heads of the grade level. We prepare the annual parental involvement meetings, and we don't have to plan for the field trips, but we do have the constant packets that we have to be coming up with every week. And I would just like to bring it up to the board because I know that everybody does an incredible job, and I'm not just including me, but I know that the kindergarten teachers from my other campuses work as hard as we do, and that was basically my concern.
Richard, I know we can't ask a question. I would like to see if she can repeat what her sentence was. To consider what exactly?
Oh, to consider the kindergarten teachers, the chairperson for the kindergarten grade level, to receive a stipend, just the way the other elementary teachers get one at the end of the school year.
Thank you.
So like the department head.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
You have a good day,
Likewise.
and thank you.
Bye-bye.
Now we will go to item number 10. The board will take action on the level 3 grievance appeal of Juan J. Torres. Do we have a motion? Do we have a motion? If there is no motion, the level 2 decision does stand. Thank you. Mr. Mijares, any comments or announcements?
Yes. Just a reminder, we have the cybersecurity awareness and human trafficking yearly training. And it can be, you can start today if you wish, and we have a deadline on May 1st. Any questions, call Mr. Rene Martinez. That is a required training for the board, and it's online, and it's an Edu4. Also, I'm happy to announce, and it'll be an official announcement probably on Friday, but we will be vaccinating our district employees starting more than likely next week. Currently, I'm coordinating with EOC to organize that for them so we can start next week. And also, we are getting a donation from the county or EOC for 24,000 individual packs for disinfectant. I have those in my office so I can show them to you. And we're going to have a little bit of a press release at the SAC at 1:30 on Friday, tentatively scheduled. So if anybody wants to join us.
Thank you, Mr. Mijares. Anything else? Anybody? If not, is there a motion to adjourn? We have a motion. Do we have a second? All in favor? Motion passes. Meeting adjourned. It is 6:34.